Paris, France, and she is a light. Her last name literally means light in Italian. So, it's been really fun just hearing a little bit of her perspective. And I wonder if those of you who speak English very well and heard her speak could give her maybe just a little bit of feedback, if that's okay with you, Lucia.
Sure.
Just on if you understand her well, if her, use of words are descriptive and good. I think she does a great job. And I think anybody who says otherwise is purposely just dedicated to not understanding her. But if you need to hear her speak again in order to make the determination, please let us know.
No, we can hear
Yeah,
her
exactly. We're
very
all
well.
cheering for.
Okay.
I understood her. Like I said, I hearing her talk about Texas. I was like, oh, that's cute. She's talking about cowboy hats, and I'm like, bro, I drive a whole car. I don't have a house. I live in an apartment in the the suburban. But I understood everything she was saying. She described it very well. Definitely found it funny for her watching baseball, and I was like, that's what they took her to. Maybe they should have took her to a football game. That probably would have been a little more exciting. Both types of football, both being, because we call it soccer here in America versus it being football everywhere else. My parents are Jamaican, so I moved here when my parents, and so I kind of got a culture shock because I grew up in a Jamaican household, being here in America. So it was like, oh, okay, no, they don't do that here in America, while they don't do that in Jamaica. Okay, so I understand.
Yes, definitely.
Talia, I was born and raised in Martinique, so I totally also feel you because this is Caribbean, right?
That's beautiful. Beautiful cultures. And living down here in South Florida, I have to say, I have come across so many different cultures just right here in my own neighborhood. I live, next door and across the street from folks from India. I share space with, people who've moved across the country from, wherever, everywhere, Haiti, Jamaica. We're just a huge melting pot here. All different types of sectors of Latin America, right? And all such beautiful people and beautiful colors around me. I purposely made my profile picture black and white because I appreciate the colors around me so much. You guys bring such beauty to my world, and I'm sure so many people around you as well. So I just want to tell you, your life has intrinsic value, and it does not go unnoticed. I love every single one of you. I wonder if anybody has any more feedback for Miss Lucia.
Actually, Teddy and Jay talk in same time. So can you just repeat what you said because I couldn't understand it properly.
Who was that for?
JJ and Teddy because they both
Yeah,
talk at the same time.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Actually, we were all cheering for Lucia to speak and to express herself because we were all enjoying her. So probably Teddy and I started talking at the same time. But I would like to extend my compliment to Michelle. Probably I pronounced that name right. Because Michelle, you're speaking in such a wonderful way. I read the subject of this room, Saturday Soulcare, and I now understand the way you have been and you have been addressing us people. You have been complimenting us, and the way you have been making this day beautiful for us. So thank you for that. And yeah, Lucia, I mean, the only word that I can speak for you is what Talia said, that when you speak, it rhymes very cute, and that is what all I can.
What is super cool to talk with you, JJ, is that so you're Indian. So I think if I remember right, you also probably speak a better English than me, kind of, but you still also have your accent, and it's like, it's like, how to say that? Let me think. It's more comfortable to speak English with someone that also don't have English as a mother tongue, or probably as a second language, So that's cool to be able to talk with you, it's more
Yeah,
like,
we
okay,
both
so
are
I feel more
comfortable for
safe.
each other.
Yeah. And but I think because I was in a room in the other day on Clubhouse, and I was talking with someone who actually speaking 5 languages. Seriously, this is crazy. I love this kind of stuff. I would love to be able to do that. And he was saying that because people know that he's actually speaking 5 languages, they're just showing up and talk to him like with one of the languages that is actually that he can use. And people actually expect for him to be able to switch from a language to another language like quickly. And he said that it's always like it take me like 15 minutes that for my brain to be able to speak with fluidity. Because every language, is also combined with the culture, and the way to organizing, a sentence, the way to say things is also different. And so I can only speak for English and French, but French, we always going in so many details when we're talking a lot, and we have so many words to say one thing. So it also shows how we're going really sometimes in too much details. In English, however, because there's actually less words, when you want to say something, you need to go directly to the point, and there's less words to go to go to one direction. Sorry, there's less words to go to a point, and so for a French speaker, the challenge is actually to be able to talk with less details and go strictly to the point. And when I was living in the Netherlands, now I was trying to learn Dutch. It's a little bit more again, because Dutch people, they're actually like, you need to talk to them directly. There's no, no little details, blah, blah, blah. It's probably one or two words, So it's one more effort that I had to do to be able to express myself in Dutch. So why I was talking about that, as a French person, I was talking, and I totally forget my point now.
I got to tell you, I love that you're so descriptive. That's what I really enjoy about connecting with you, is the fluidity of the words that you do use and the descriptiveness of the words that you do use, because they're not typical choices of the average American, but they show obviously knowledge of what you're talking about. So you're not using them in the wrong context. You just may not be using as little words as possible to get to the point, which is okay to be a little bit long-winded, especially when you have something powerful to say. So I just want to encourage you, my friend. You're so great and such a light to so many people. So I just want to encourage you. You sound great. And JJ, I don't know if English is your first language, but you sound great also, my friend.
Thanks for the compliment. I know I'm bad at it, but I'm trying.
Well, wonderful. I'm glad that you could feel safe enough and, just vulnerable enough to be here, with me, with us. And feel free to connect also, you two, and with us, other kind people who are just able to be here and give you good feedback. And, I offered to Lucia to give her the recording of the room once it's finished, just so that she could go back and listen and hear herself and maybe she can find a way to say what she needs to say more conclusively, quickly, and get the organization of the sentence, proper. So it's, whatever it is, she's dedicated to improving herself. And for me, not only is that enough, that's more than expected. And it's a beautiful thing to see. I mean, honestly, I would not go out of my way to learn English if it wasn't such a huge language elsewhere other than the United States.
Well, the funny part is that even English is not my mother tongue, I feel more comfortable speaking English than French. And I think years after years now, even when I want to speak French, I sometimes need to think the process of my idea in English, then I'm gonna translate it in French. This is such a mess in my brain, but I love it. It's kind of challenging too, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, on what I wanted also to say that thank you, Michelle, for the all safe place that you built that today with this room, and also all the warm energy, and really it really means a lot to me. Thank you.
Absolutely. I know, we all, with what I consider to be the Gregorian calendar, which is the Monday through Sunday, calendar there, and just the work week and what we submit to as far as times. And I don't mean to be like some strange conspiracy theorist or anything like that, because there's no conspiracy to it. But obviously, whoever came up with the 5-day work week and the 2-day rest is like definitely not understanding what people need, right? So, for me to create a space that brings love, light, rest, some soul care, some uplifting vibes, and it's a blessing for me, especially as a Jewish person. We make up 1% of the world's population, which is a very, very, very small percentage. But on the day like today, on Shabbat, the Sabbath, Saturday, it's supposed to be a day of rest. No electronics, no, just trying to like rest and really meditate. But I have to be honest, I can't rest until we all come to a better place collectively. I hope that my God, right? I call him God. I hope that he hears me and understands that I'm not being disrespectful, but that I'm being exactly the opposite, loving and kind to all of his people, and trying to create a good space for people to just come, take care of themselves and share, and with complete strangers. You don't have to ever see me again if you don't want to. It's the greatest part.
Thank you again, Michelle. It was beautiful what you just said. It was really beautiful.
I agree. I was definitely finna say, I know how you feel about rest. I'm definitely reading. I'm reading the Bible, and currently in First Samuel, because I read it from Genesis with my children, and because I've read all over, so it's not like I haven't read the Bible before, and I get my messages how He gives them to me. And I definitely lived a life where I didn't see rest as like no electronics, just no overexerting of self. I'm speaking, and here come my children. Because my parents didn't do that. We would go to church, and then we'd sleep on Sundays, of course. There's no Android charger over there. Come on. Please leave it alone.
That's a blessing that you're talking about a charger in the Sabbath. I love it. This is a beautiful learning lesson.
Yeah, and because my children have gotten so used to that, and it's kind of, I get our rest days like Sundays. Hello. They're actually just getting their electronics back from the summer. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, that is like my
Hello.
children. My children definitely are up. They're always around me, always with me. So I'm finally getting a break. I believe these are clean. These are clean. These are clean.